Hello there, love, good evening and welcome to Camnet TV Main News. Today, the 15th of April in the year 2025. Now, do remember that Camnet TV channel is now live on DSTV channel 106 and on TOPSTAR channel 106. And we're also streaming live on our Facebook page as Camnet TV Zambia. And now the news headlines. Camnet TV reinstated on TOPSTAR platform, now broadcasting on channel 106. GBM Alive says government. LCC enhances security measures, builds 8 police stations in various constituencies in Lusaka. In international news this evening, Human Rights Watch calls for international action on alleged use of incendiary weapons in South Sudan. In sports, National Football Academy underway. Join us for these and many more stories after the break.
Get all the latest updates in court news only on Camnet TV. We take you and make you feel part of the court sessions through our in-depth coverage of the adjudication process. Get informed on those who have been arrested, delayed and denied the police bond or bail victims, persons taking plea, court adjournments, verdicts, and those administration issues in the judiciary. You can also follow and give us a like on our social media platforms. Camnet TV, not just another channel.
And now the news in detail with me, Tapelo Joe Smata. Do remember that we are live on the TOPSTAR decoder channel 106, and we're also streaming live on Facebook as Camnet TV. And now the news in detail. The Central Africa Media Network, Camnet TV, has officially been reinstated on the TOPSTAR platform and is now broadcasting on channel 106. Speaking during a media briefing held at Camnet TV offices in Lusaka today, Chief Executive Officer Pastor Victoria Chiluba expressed gratitude to the government for its support in expediting the channel's return to the platform. Pastor Victoria Chiluba also paid tribute to the late Camnet TV chairman, Pastor Moses Chiluba, whose vision was to create a distinctive and innovative media outlet that would contribute meaningfully to Zambia's media landscape. Meanwhile, Information and Media Permanent Secretary Tawo Kawana commended the media house for its continued delivery of impactful content. He particularly praised Camnet TV's news bulletin, describing it as one of the most compelling and well-produced in the country. And Media Owners Association of Zambia, MOA's president, Costa Mwansa, congratulated Camnet TV for overcoming its challenges and achieving this significant milestone. Mr. Mwansa further encouraged the station to remain committed to excellence and innovation in the media. Here's a report.
The Central African Media Network, Camnet TV, has officially resumed broadcasting on the TOPSTAR platform after being removed from the multi-choice platform early this year. Despite this, the channel has been operating online for the past 2 months. Announcing the reinstatement, Chief Executive Officer Pastor Victoria Chiluba expressed gratitude to the government for its unwavering support in facilitating the channel's return to the TV platform. The CEO also paid tribute to the late Camnet TV chairperson, Pastor Moses Chiluba, noting that his vision was to establish a distinctive TV station that would make a meaningful contribution to Zambia.
We still say thank you to the President and the rest of government and all stakeholders, MOAs, and all our friends out there. I'd like to say the President of Disney World, he had a vision about Disney World and how wonderful and magnificent it was to be. So he translated the vision that he had on paper, and thankfully everybody that is involved went about and they made that magnificent place. But on the day of the launch, the President was not there because I think a month or 2 prior he had already demised, and the Master of Ceremony was paying his condolences and was very sad that the President was not present at the time they were launching Disney World. But when they called upon his wife, she said, Mr. Master of Ceremony, you are very wrong. It's not that my husband doesn't know, he didn't know about how Disney World would look. He was 1,000 miles away in knowing. He knew about it. He had telescopic mind and eyes. He already saw. So before you, Mr. MC, saw this, he had already seen. And what I'm saying is, I know that my husband is not with us in the flesh. It may be happening posthumously, but in the grandstands of heaven, you all know Pastor Moses, he must be jumping, he must be happy and celebrating that this has happened as he envisaged, and that the word of God will continue. My husband and I have had a passion for our nation. We only have one Zambia where God put us, and we are thankful that the government has responded well. We are grateful for all the prayers that you have prayed for us. And I'm here to say, for now, Camnet TV through TOPSTAR will be showing in Lusaka only, but in a few months, by the grace of God, TOPSTAR has said they are going to find us a slot so that we can go nationwide, Mr. PS, and we are thankful for that. So channel 106 is where Camnet TV is beaming as before, and thank you so much. We need your collaboration, we need your support so that this channel can continue moving. Here I am, thanking God with my members of staff and all well-meaning Zambians who've been praying for us, that the legacy and the vision of my husband, Pastor Moses Chiluba, and myself still lives on. And to that we are very indebted and very grateful for what God has done. In that Camnet TV has been reinstalled, and Mr. President, Your Excellency, we are very, very grateful. And also our Attorney General who played a very major role in what I'm about to dedicate to them and to the rest of Zambia, and to the memory of my husband, Moses Chiluba. Camnet TV, we express gratitude to His Excellency, Mr. Hakainde Hichilema, the President of the Republic of Zambia, for the reinstallation of Camnet TV on TOPSTAR platform, channel 106. Camnet TV is a Christian station, warmly extends our heartfelt appreciation to the government of the Republic of Zambia for the swift and successful reinstallation of Camnet TV channel 106 on TOPSTAR platform. Following the plea that I, Pastor Victoria Monungwe Chiluba, made to our President on the 11th of January 2025, as earlier alluded, during the funeral service of my late husband, Pastor Moses Kangwine Chiluba, Camnet TV has been salvaged, it has been saved, and God has shown himself that for sure, where there is a Goliath, there is a David. And because David, as a man of God with the power of God, he went there into the arena and cut off the head of Goliath. And this is what God our Father has done through His mercies and grace. We are grateful and we are thankful. The reinstallation marks a significant milestone in ensuring that viewers across our great country, Zambia, and the world, they will continue to access the quality, faith-based, and family-centered programming. The decision reflects that the government's ongoing commitment to media diversity, freedom of expression, and support of local broadcasters serving the spiritual and social needs of Zambians has been upheld. Camnet TV further acknowledges the collaborative efforts of the Ministry of Information and Media and Broadcasting, TOPSTAR Communications Company Limited, and all stakeholders involved in making this outcome possible.
And Ministry of Information and Media Permanent Secretary Tabo Kawana applauded the Media House for consistently delivering impactful content, particularly the station's news bulletin as one of the most compelling and well-produced in the country.
We are very happy for Camnet. It is our sincere hope that you will continue to grow from strength to strength. We seize the opportunity to congratulate you, and also just to state that when you had made the passionate appeal to His Excellency the President, he said unto us, do everything within your power and the law to see to it that Camnet TV does not go down. this is a Zambian television channel. Ensure that in one way or another, from one platform or another, it bounces back. And we are happy today to be part of the relaunch of this channel back on air. So congratulations, Camnet. We are happy for you. We look forward to continue featuring on your channel. We also look forward to your very healthy news, because Camnet TV News is one of those news that really we can say is the best news outlet, because you give facts as they are and not exaggerate. So from us and on behalf of government, I just want to say congratulations and welcome back. Indeed, Camnet Television is not just another channel.
Meanwhile, Media Owners Association President Costa Mwansa congratulated Camnet TV on overcoming challenges faced in the industry.
Congratulate Camnet TV for bouncing back and coming back on air. Association before and now, we are happy to the commitment and obviously your participation, not only in just providing this family-centric and Christian programming towards diversity in our media sector, but also being part of those who have participated before, and we hope to see you continue to participate in all issues surrounding and that continue to affect our media sector and the challenges we continue to face head-on. I would like to also just thank government through the PS that, of course, through dialogue, through various players, all issues can be resolved.
You can now watch Camnet TV on channel 106 on TOPSTAR. Barbara Mlenga for Camnet News, Lusaka.
You are still watching Camnet TV main news, broadcasting live on the TOPSTAR decoder channel 106. We continue with the main news. Government has dismissed social media claims that politician Geoffrey Waliamwamba, popularly known as GBM, has passed on. Addressing the media at Minasoko Military Hospital, Information and Media Permanent Secretary Tabokawana has urged citizens to desist from spreading rumors of such magnitude and always verify information. And lawyer counsel Charles Changano says his client is well and currently receiving treatment. This follows various social media platforms circulating the possible demise of the politician.
We just want to make it very, very clear that Honorable Mwamba remains admitted in Minasoko Military Hospital. His condition is very stable. He is not in any danger at all, and he is well and alive. I just want to take this opportunity again to warn all those that are in this habit of abusing cyberspace so that they pass on misinformation and disinformation, that your days are numbered. And when you are caught up and the law is used against you, you begin to insinuate that there is no freedom of expression, democratic space is shrinking, and yet you know that you are extremely irresponsible and alarming the nation unnecessarily. The people you are claiming, for example, saying GBM has died, he is a family man. He has got families from far-flung areas in this country. Some are even old parents in the village, and the news hitting them that their son has since died in Lusaka can actually even cause their high blood pressure to shoot up, and you can even lose a parent as a result of irresponsible and careless postings. So I take the opportunity to warn you that your days are numbered, and very soon, as the cyber laws are being enhanced, we will be able to catch up with you.
I came here because I heard rumors also about my client when I was at court that he is critically ill and almost to the dead. So I came here to confirm that I could not answer other social medias who were ringing me, but I'm from the ward. My client is quite better, is stable, and we were just laughing with him. He said, I thought you are dead. He said, no, I'm here, I'm sleeping, I'm being taken care of. So I can confirm too, as one of the lawyers for GBM, that our client is in a stable condition. He's taken care by the hospital.
The Zambia Fruits and Vegetables Association has called on government to support local farmers in the production of potatoes and onions to prevent shortages and control rising prices of the commodities. Association President Bernard Sikunyonga, in an interview with Camnet News, stated that the continued reliance on imports for these essential food items is unsustainable and undermines the growth of local agriculture. Mr. Sikunyonga noted that while the government has opened borders to allow the importation of potatoes and onions, long-term solutions lie in building local capacity. He stressed the importance of equipping farmers with irrigation systems to enable year-round cultivation, particularly during periods of drought. He further highlighted Zambia's potential to not only meet domestic demand but also supply the regional market, provided farmers are adequately supported with the necessary agricultural infrastructure and imports.
It's a mitigation measure because as a country we do not have enough stocks for us to continue the whole of this year. So this is the reason why we've opened the borders. It's unfortunate that the situation has not improved. Year in, year out, we are opening the borders because we can't stop that when we do not have the potatoes, we do not have the onions. Because if we don't allow the importation, that is where you will see now just a bulb of onions goes for 5 kwacha, 10 kwacha. That means we will not have acted responsibly. So the reasons why we had to ask the government to open the borders because we needed to make sure that there is no gap of the short supply on the onions and the potatoes. I know it's a temporary measure to wait for those who have planted now that they can harvest their onions and potatoes and be able to recover. So the period we've given it 2 months to see if the situation can improve. The moment the situation has improved, then we can again, close the borders so that the farmers do not complain to say our potatoes, our onions, there's no market. But I want also at this stage probably to see if the government can come in this situation, because as the people who are in the committee of looking at the imports and closing and so on, year in, year out, we've been doing this for almost 8 years now, but it's like we have not improved. This is an opportunity for government, it's an opportunity for CEC to support those cooperatives that you are working with. Because
government has urged the Capital Markets Tribunal to uphold the rule of law and protect investor confidence and promote sound market practices as it hears and determines cases. Speaking at the launch of the 2024 to 2028 Capital Markets Tribunal Strategic Plan, Minister of Finance and National Planning, Dr. Stumbekom Sokotwane, says capital markets offer essential sources of financing to support the country's development aspirations. The minister says the strategic plan will also contribute to the realization of the vision set out in the Capital Markets Master Plan of repositioning Zambia to become an attractive destination for both local and international long-term investment and a primary choice for accessing long-term investment capital. And Capital Markets Chairperson Chandang Koloma says the strategic plan aims at strengthening the dispute resolution mechanism in the capital market with a strategic goal of law reform to include, among other things, the further reduction of the timelines for the dispute resolution for cases before the tribunal.
It is therefore a key institution of governance that plays a critical role in resolving potential disputes in the capital market. Through the speedy, transparent, and just determination of disputes, the tribunal enhances market integrity and confidence in the rule of law. The Capital Markets Tribunal was established in 2016 pursuant to the Securities Act number 41 of 2016, and it became operational in 2021 following the appointment of inaugural members of the tribunal. The tribunal was established with superior court status, with the responsibility to hear and determine disputes and misconduct that arise in the market. I'm happy to learn that the tribunal has since its inception been supporting the government by receiving disputes
of law reform to include, among other things, the further reduction of timelines for dispute resolution of cases brought before the tribunal. A notable challenge, Honourable Minister, is that while timelines within the tribunal may be controlled, however, once an appeal has been made to the Court of Appeal, the timeline protections that apply to the tribunal no longer apply to matters before the traditional courts. And this defeats the whole purpose of creating timelines before lower fast-track adjudicative bodies such as ours. This is why we are hopeful that through the Capital Markets Master Plan, via a dispute resolution pillar, we can adopt a better and more holistic approach of curing this dilemma across the superior courts in attending to appeals from the tribunal.
We now go to Luapula Province, where government has urged civil servants to embrace transfers as a strategic component of national development aimed at enhancing service delivery across the country. Speaking during a handover ceremony in Mwansabombwe District, Luapula Province Permanent Secretary Florence Chinama underscored the need for public service workers to accept transfers with a positive attitude. Ms. Chinama emphasized that transfers are aligned with President Hakainde Hichilema's broader development agenda, which seeks to promote equitable service provision in all regions. Meanwhile, Mwansabombwe Town Council Chairperson Terio Chungu expressed gratitude to the government for its continued support and pledged full cooperation with the new district commissioner. He further extended appreciation to the outgoing Ms. Mwiche for her dedication and service to the district and wished her success in her new assignment as district commissioner for Chiengi district. The event was attended by ward councillors, heads of government departments, and the Mwansabombwe Town Council Secretary, Mr. Felix Mwila, who was represented by the Director of Human Resource and Administration, Mr. Reggie Kamupila. The Department of National Parks and Wildlife has intensified its efforts in protecting wildlife resources from poaching and theft. Speaking in an interview with Camnet News, Department of Parks and Wildlife Director Dominic Chinda says the department has heightened surveillance and detection operations. He discloses that community conservation efforts have also been strengthened to increase local involvement in wildlife protection. Mr. Chinda further stated that the department is working closely with other government law enforcement agencies to ensure the safety of the country's wildlife resources. He has since called for the recruitment of more wildlife police officers to boost manpower in the fight against wildlife crimes.
Through the Ministry of Tourism and the Department of National Parks has intensified the resource protection. We have heightened our surveillance and the detection efforts. So we have also engaged the community in conservation. This has also enabled us to increase informer base. So we are really working hard also with the other law enforcement agencies of the government to ensure that our wildlife resources are safe. And this also we have heightened intelligence-led investigations and operations. So once we got a good intel, we move in and protect the wildlife. We also are pushing for more wildlife police officers. We pray that we secure a Treasury Authority to recruit more wildlife officers. As you may be aware, we've got 20 national parks and 36 game management areas which are endowed with a lot of wildlife. The numbers at DNPW are very low. We've got under 1,000 active wildlife police officers supported by community scouts who are employed by community resource boards. So we need the numbers of actual wildlife police officers to have the boots on the ground, and also resources, tools of trade. We need enough ammunition, we need enough firearms, we need transport, we need financial resources for operations, we need varied finances for operations, emergency response and rapid responses.
Zambia Railways Limited, ZRL, has urged the public to safeguard public property and refrain from stoning moving trains, as this endangers both passengers and the trains themselves. ZRL Public Relations Manager Sombe Longwani says the institution has sensitization programs to educate the public and inform them of the consequences of such acts, emphasizing the importance of safety of passengers and the train crew. She says that 2 weeks ago, there was an incident in Kitwe where a passenger's train was stoned and its windows were broken. She adds that when those involved identified, appropriate action is taken. Mrs. Longwani has appealed to communities close to the rail lines to desist from stoning at moving trains and help report such cases to the nearest police station and protect the traveling public.
Educate the public on the consequences of such acts. So as an institution, we have noted with concern the incidences of people throwing objects at moving trains, which not only injures sometimes the passengers or the train crews, but they cause damage to the equipment. 2 weeks ago, we had an incident in Kitwe where the passenger train was stoned and window panes were broken. So you can see that apart from just the injuries that may arise from such acts, there's also damage that is caused to the equipment. So as an institution, we are appealing to members of the public in the communities in which our trains are passing to desist from such acts, because they are retrogressive, but also it is a safety risk to the traveling public.
The Ministry of Education is constructing over 460 early childhood education ECE centers nationwide. Minister of Education Douglas Siakalima says the centers are being built with funding from the Treasury and financial contributions from cooperating partners. Mr. Siakalima says 440 ECE out of 460 are part of the Zambia Enhancing Early Learning project, which is supported by the Global Partnership for Education, while the remaining 20 centers are directly funded by the government. The 440 centers include 110 hub centers and 330 satellite centers designed to cater to children from birth to 6 years old, explained Honorable Siakalima. And Director Early Childhood Education CHAM Kalimbika says the ECE hub centers represent a significant advancement for the education sector.
Well, in the first place, you may appreciate that government is emphasizing on early childhood learning as the foundation of any latter years in school. So therefore, it is incumbent upon government to have embarked on constructing so many hubs and so many satellite early childhood education schools. So that is very important in order to accommodate this. As you know, in so many years we haven't had emphasis on early childhood. So everybody is interested in us building schools, structures for the kids to learn properly.
The Lusaka City Council has constructed 8 police posts valued at over 5.5 million kwacha across various constituencies in the city in an effort to decentralize policing services and improve law enforcement presence in local communities. The infrastructure development implemented between 2022 and 2024 was funded through the Constituency Development Fund (CDF) as part of efforts to enhance community safety and security. LCC Public Relations Manager Chola Mwamba says the police posts have been strategically distributed in 5 constituencies, with Kanyama constituency receiving the highest number. Of 3 police posts established in Makeni Bonaventure, Shalom and Leonard Chelo. She says Kabwata constituency has been allocated 2 police posts in Lakson Mapushi and Katungu. Meanwhile, the council has allocated Matero, Mandevu and Munali constituencies 1 police post each, namely Chunga, Chaisa and Kamanga respectively.
Lusaka City Council has constructed 8 police posts in a bid to enhance security in the city, utilizing the Constituency Development Fund (CDF) in a period of 2022 to 2024. The police posts are built across various constituencies in the city. 3 police posts have been constructed in Kanyama constituency, namely Maken Bonaventure, Shalom and Leonard Chelo. In Kabwata constituency, 2 police posts have been constructed, namely Lakson Mapushi and Katungu. Meanwhile, Matero constituency benefited with 1 police post, namely Chunga police post. Mandevu constituency has also 1 police post, namely Chaisa police post. Lastly, Munali constituency has built Kamanga police post in the said period. Over 5 million kwacha was spent on constructing these 8 police posts. The construction of these police posts is part of the council's broader effort to enhance community safety and security, with some more police posts currently under construction in the city. The local authority is committed to ensuring that meaningful development is achieved through the use of CDF. Lusaka City
The Department of Immigration has apprehended 58 individuals in Lusaka, Livingstone and Chipata for various immigration-related offences during routine operations conducted between 11th and 13th April 2025. In Lusaka, 26 foreign nationals, mainly from Burundi, the Democratic Republic of Congo, Rwanda and Tanzania, were found selling in grocery shops without valid immigration permits. Department of Immigration Public Relations Officer Namati Shinka adds that in Chipata, 12 Malawian were nabbed for illegal entry into the country, while in Livingstone, 20 individuals were picked up and 10 of whom were released after confirming their Zambian citizenship. The operations across the 3 cities brought the total number of individuals apprehended for immigration offences between 10th and 13th April to 127. Meanwhile, Mr. Shinka says during the same period, 3 convictions were secured in Chingola, Mpika and Lundazi.
Department of Immigration, during routine cleanup operations conducted between 11th and 13th April 2025, apprehended 58 persons of various nationalities in Lusaka, Livingstone and Chipata for a range of immigration-related offences. In Lusaka, 26 individuals were apprehended on 13th April 2025, comprising 15 Burundians, 6 Congolese, 3 Rwandese and 2 Tanzanians, all aged between 20 and 54. They were found selling in grocery shops without valid immigration permits. In Livingstone, 20 individuals were apprehended on 11th April 2025. Of these, 10 were released unconditionally after confirming their Zambian citizenship. 7 others, also claiming Zambian citizenship, were instructed to report to the Livingstone Regional Immigration Office on 14th April 2025 for further verification. Additionally, One Zimbabwean police officer who had overstayed by a day was released to exit the country, while one Namibian and one other Zimbabwean were detained for violating border pass conditions and unlawful presence, respectively. In Chipata, 12 Malawans were apprehended on 11th and 12th April 2025 in the Central Business District for illegal entry into the country. The Lusaka, Livingstone and Chipata routine operations bring the number of persons apprehended for various immigration-related offences across the country between 10th and 13th April 2025 to 127. The Chingola, Mpika and Lundazi judgments bring the number of convictions secured by the Department of Immigration between 10th and 13th April 2025 to 43. Meanwhile, the Department of Immigration between 11th and 13th April 2025 received a total of 10 Zambian nationals who were removed from neighboring countries for various offences.
The Zambia Center for Inter-Party Dialogue, ZCID, says it is ready to facilitate structured dialogue between the government and the opposition aimed at promoting unity, trust and national development. This follows an appeal made by President Hakainde Hichilema during the burial of the late Honorable Edith Nawakwi, where he publicly invited the opposition to engage in meaningful dialogue as a way of fostering national reconciliation. ZCID Executive Director Doreen Kabwe described the President's call as timely and long overdue, especially as the country heads toward the 2026 general elections. She says such dialogue presents an opportunity to address critical issues such as electoral reforms, political party regulations and governance matters, while also setting the tone for peaceful and inclusive elections. ZCID has since urged all political parties and stakeholders to embrace the opportunity with sincerity and patriotism, noting that Zambia's democracy can only thrive when leaders engage with one another in good faith.
The Zambia Center for Inter-Party Dialogue welcomes the recent call for dialogue made by His Excellency President Hakainde Hichilema during the burial of late Honorable Edith Nawakwi. The President's public invitation to engage with the opposition marks a timely and necessary step towards fostering national unity and reconciliation. ZCID believes that this call comes at a crucial moment for our country. As we draw closer to the 2026 general elections, Zambia stands at a crossroads where genuine dialogue can play a healing role, restore trust among political actors, and create a stable platform for peaceful and inclusive democratic processes. We acknowledge that such a dialogue is long overdue. The Zambian people yearn for a political environment defined not by division, but by mutual respect, accountability, and shared commitment to national dialogue and development. To address pressing concerns, including electoral reforms, political party regulation, and matters of governance, while also setting a tone for cooperation ahead of the elections. ZCID remains committed to its mandate as a neutral and inclusive platform for inter-party dialogue. We are ready to facilitate and support a structured engagement process between the government and the opposition, guided by the principles of transparency, mutual respect, and national interest.
We now go to Western Province, where Mwandi Council Chairperson Luwasi Mwenda has expressed concern over the low performance of the constituency development funds, loans and grants across the country. The council chairperson says most applicants are not given money according to their proposal business plan budget. He has appealed to CDF committees to consider amounts on the applicants' project proposals for them to fully implement their business plan. Mr. Mwenda further urged the local authority and rural development to collaborate with the Ministry of Education to introduce afternoon entrepreneurship classes on financial literacy for Constituency Development Fund beneficiaries. Details in this report.
Mwand Council Chairperson Robert Mwenda has expressed concerns over the poor performance of the Community Development Fund CDF loans component for not working well due to the failure of many entrepreneurs, stating that many constituency development fund committees across the country failing to fulfill proposal business plans for applicants. Speaking to Camnet News in Mwand District, Western Province, Mwand Council Chairperson Robert Mwenda stated that sustaining the loan program has become difficult. Therefore, he is appealing to the Constituency Development Fund committees to consider the project proposal business plan as it is budgeted.
I would like to thank the government of Mr. President Hakainde Hichilema for putting decentralization policy into practice, into reality. Councils, as of now, I would want to make this very clear. We are just the secretariat, implementers in short. Those who decide of how much should be given to the people, it's the CDF committee. The CDF Act, when it was amended in 2018, it removed the powers of the full council to decide how much you give to this project or to this empowerment group. So basically, I would like to appeal actually to the CDF committees across the country and across Western Province that let them consider the project's proposals as the amounts that people put, because this really it is affecting our people. Basically in Mwand it happened in 2022-2023, but at the same time proposals. So, but after that, 2024, we changed it. We said we'll give us a request from the clerks so that we do not affect their plan of implementation of their businesses.
Mwenda further urged the local government and rural development to collaborate with the Ministry of Education to introduce afternoon entrepreneurship classes on financial literacy in all schools for Constituency Development Fund beneficiaries.
The component of financial literacy, of how people should use these monies. Secondly, a know-how, a knowledge. For example, if you have applied to have a pottery, do you have the management knowledge of that pottery? So those are some of the things that we want to appeal to the Ministry of Local Government in collaboration with the Ministry of Education to sit down. If we can have classes in the afternoons in every primary school, that our communities can be empowered with that knowledge. To appeal that those that are failing in Mwandi, can we try to work extra hard, because what the President was doing there in 2022, creating that component of loans, it is to create what we call revolving fund. We have more than 2 million in the account seated for the loans recovered. So that money, we need a decision from the CDF committee to start empowering others.
Musiabo Kabira, Camnet News in Mwandi District, Western Province.
You are still watching Camnet TV main news, broadcasting live on TOPSTAR channel 106 and streaming live on Facebook as Camnet TV. We now take a break, but do join us for international and sports news when we come back. Please stay tuned.
Get all the latest updates in court news only on Camnet TV. We take you and make you feel part of the court sessions through our in-depth coverage of the adjudication process. Get informed on those who have been arrested, delayed and denied the police bond or bail victims, persons taking plea, court adjournments, verdicts, and those administration issues in the judiciary. You can also follow and give us a like on our social media platforms. Camnet TV, not just another channel.
Enjoy the benefits of an instant loan with us, ranging from 1,000 kwacha to 750,000 kwacha, paid express once collateral is viewed, valued and verified. Call us on 0763 595 359 or 0779 432 993. Classified Financial Express, here as your financial friend.
Are you looking for a reliable and efficient courier company with international standards? Then let UBZ Courier, your trusted partner in swift and secure deliveries, be your ultimate choice. Whether it's a small package or a hefty consignment, UBZ Courier handles it all, locally and internationally. Our modern call center ensures personalized attention for every client. For seamless deliveries within Zambia and beyond, trust UBZ Courier. Call us now on +260 763 062 680 or visit us at plot number 15 Mwapona Road, Woodland, Lusaka, Zambia. UBZ Courier, a world-class brand that can be trusted.
Water is life. Each drop counts and each must be cherished. Our tried and tested product meets all international standards. With our smart drip technology, we aim to deliver precision irrigation designed to reduce blockage and wastage, ensuring a high yield. RENGLOW, your smart irrigation partner.
From time immemorial, we have had different types of lighting options, from those that can burn down our investments in minutes to those that dig holes in our pockets due to constant replacement and huge consumption of our ZESCO units. Savenda Electric introduces the new and advanced electric bulb with cutting-edge technology of LED that has low power consumption, gives out bright white light, and lasts up to 25,000 hours. Savenda Electric, like plastic LED fluorescent tubes, downlights, ceiling lights, outdoor fittings, and solar street lights made to customer specifications. Let's live on the bright side of life by choosing the wide range of Savenda electric lighting solutions that are available in all leading stores and supermarkets countrywide. For orders, call 0962 642 490 or email jnbunda@savenda.com or pchabula@savenda.com.
Potatoes, the unsung heroes of flavor. From crispy chips to creamy mash, potatoes are the versatile superstars of your kitchen. Grown with love by our dedicated workforce drawn from around the community of Palavana. Savenda Farm's commitment is to see to it that we have potatoes that are grown right, healthy, big and tasty. For that quick fix or big celebration or that meal that brings family together, top chefs rely on the Savenda potato to create culinary masterpieces. And for others, it's that icebreaker to a delightful conversation. So, embrace the magic of Savenda potatoes. They're not just a side dish, they're the heart and soul of your kitchen. Savenda, save nations, develop Africa.
Welcome back to the Camnet TV News Desk, broadcasting live on the TOPSTAR decoder, channel 106, and streaming live on Facebook as Camnet TV. And now in international news. Human Rights Watch has urged the international community to take decisive action in response to reports of incendiary weapons being used by government forces in South Sudan's Upper Nile state amid a resurgence of violence in the region. According to Nyango Tatpa, the organization's airstrikes have caused extensive destruction in civilian populated areas such as Mathiang, Longjikoch, and Nasa, despite international prohibitions against the use of incendiary weapons in such settings. While South Sudan is not a signatory to the international protocol banning incendiary weapons, Human Rights Watch says the reported attacks highlight the urgent need for stronger global enforcement mechanisms to protect civilians. Satellite imagery revealed by the rights group reveals widespread damage to civilian infrastructure in the affected areas. Here's a roundup of international news.
Human Rights Watch is calling on the international community to condemn South Sudan's alleged use of incendiary weapons amid escalating violence in the Upper Nile state. Satellite images show significant damage to civilian infrastructure following government strikes. The group warned that the government's airstrikes have devastated civilian areas despite international law prohibiting such weapons in populated zones.
Convention on conventional weapons, it's very clear that it prohibits the use of airdropped weapons that are designed to set fire or even burn people, especially in areas where civilians are concentrated, which is what we're seeing in, Matiang, Longachuk, and Nasser. And so South Sudan is not a party to this protocol. But the fact that it is using these weapons in this kind of manner highlights why the enforcement of this convention, these laws, should be strengthened.
Human Rights Watch also urged the UN peacekeeping mission to establish bases in high-risk areas, warning that without security guarantees, peacekeepers cannot operate effectively.
We also are calling on the United Nations peacekeeping mission in South Sudan to deploy in these areas that have been affected by the violence and other areas of high risk. But for the UN to be able to deploy, they need security and safety guarantees that their peacekeepers can actually go into these areas. We're asking for temporary operating bases to be established in both parts of, eastern and western Upper Nile, especially because the tensions in these areas are continuing to grow.
The main opposition, led by Vice President Riek Machar, currently under house arrest, has demanded an international probe into rights abuses. Fighting between government forces and the White Army as such since March, threatening the fragile 2018 peace deal. Musa Dadi Camara, the former head of Guinea's military junta, has reportedly left the country for medical treatment, according to his entourage. Camara's departure follows a presidential pardon granted on March 28, 2025, citing health concerns. He had been serving a 20-year prison sentence for his role in the September 28, 2009 stadium massacre in Conakry, where over 150 people were killed and numerous others injured during a crackdown on opposition demonstrators. Camara's exit from Guinea occurred discreetly during the night of April 12 to 13, 2025 aboard a Royal Air Maroc flight. While its final destination remains unconfirmed, Casablanca is believed to have been a transit point. The lack of official communication regarding his departure has sparked criticism from human rights organizations and families of the massacre victims, who view the move as a step back for justice. A historic antitrust trial kicked off Monday in Washington, placing Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg in the courtroom spotlight. The U.S. Federation Trade Commission, FTC, aims to force the tech giants to divest Instagram and WhatsApp to startups it acquired over a decade ago. In opening remarks, FTC attorney accused Meta of using its monopoly to stifle competition and protect its profits, saying the company created a moat by buying rivals it feared. Meta's defense argued the company faces strong competition and has only enhanced the platforms it acquired. Zuckerberg and other top Meta executives are expected to testify as the trial unfolds in what could be a defining moment for tech regulation in the U.S.
And finally, in sports news this evening, Football Association of Zambia, FAZ, Technical Director Lyson Zulu conferred with FIFA's Arsene Wenger and Alf Scott in Morocco during the Under-17 AFCON, deliberating on Zambia's youth football development. Zulu says Zambia has been actively involved in the FIFA Technical Development Scheme TDS, with under-17 teams regularly taking part in international youth tournaments. FAZ and FIFA are discussing plans to set up a national football academy and is already preparing resources for the project. Zulu adds that Zambia's youth teams are showing strong progress, of which the under-17 boys have qualified for the FIFA World Cup, while the girls are close to back-to-back appearances of both under-17 and under-20 teams are set for the 2025 AFCON. And that sports item brings us to the end of Camnet TV main news. But before we go, a recap of stories that made headlines. Camnet TV reinstated on TOPSTAR platform, now broadcasting on channel 106. GBM alive, says government. LCC enhances security measures, builds 8 police stations in various constituencies in Lusaka. In international news, Human Rights Watch calls for international action on alleged use of incendiary weapons in South Sudan. In sports, National Football Academy underway. We now look at the Camnet verse for the day, coming from the book of Matthew chapter 21 and verse 13. It reads, "And he said unto them, It is written, My house shall be called the house of prayer, but ye have made it a den of thieves." That ends the reading, and that ends the main news on Camnet TV. But dear viewer, do remember that Camnet TV is now broadcasting live on the TOPSTAR decoder on channel 106 and also on Facebook as Camnet TV. Like always, do remember that Camnet TV is not just another channel. Now, on behalf of the entire production team, I'm Tapelo Joe Smarter. Good evening and God bless.
Monday to Thursday afternoon, join us for the Lunchtime Cafe. We get to bring to you emerging stories making the headlines, midday news, and we remind you of what political leaders and governance and forgotten stories. We emphasize to you the importance of eating healthy foods and leading healthy lifestyles on the Nutrition Corner. Get the latest updates in sports and critical interviews. Because we value your contribution to national matters, we accord you an opportunity to share your perspectives during the viewers' reactions. The Camnet TV Lunchtime Cafe is an all-inclusive